Так, що ж, продовжимо го на цей квест одразу. Якийсь клас. Begin.
О, я ж цього чувака бачив там. The Goblin Rebellion of 1752 and all its triumph and tragedy. But more specifically, we will address the devastating effect it had on the
Стояти.
Throughout the many goblin battles, countless wizard cloaks were lost. Actually, we do know the number. 632. But history occurs outside the classroom, and look, it's time for my constitutional. One can practically osmose the history flowing through Hogwarts.
I think the professor wants us to follow him.
And now for a stroll to the bell tower.
Я такий чисто хогвартський.
Along with the rest of the castle, it was completed in the late early Middle Ages. The hall and the bell towers.
Знайдіть головного героя Хогвартса.
Interesting artifacts. Good to see you again. Recovered from that nasty bout of dragon pox, have we?
That wasn't me, Professor. I'm new here.
Are you? Well then,
Welcome.
No doubt you're eagerly anticipating my analysis of various wizarding councils, codes, statutes, and of course, goblin rebellions. Not all goblins are rebellious. Some venture into wizarding politics, such as Irgit the Ugly. Some are talented artisans, such as Bragbor the Boastful.
Did you say Bragbor? I think I know that name.
Well known for his metalwork. I would imagine much of his goblin wrought iron and silver has survived to this very day.
Oh, of course. Odgok said he was an ancestor of Ranrock.
Where were we? Oh, yes. Back to our class topic for today. Grimbold Weft. Another notable historical figure. He's right nearby.
Revelio. No, this isn't.
Bell Tower entrance hall.
Опа, бачите тут? А тут знизу десь лут. Гримбальдфельд.
Oh yes, I see you found Grimbold Weft.
Yes, I rather enjoyed seeking him out.
The thrill of the scholarly pursuit. I know the feeling quite well. Now, let's turn our attention to the agreeability and general good nature of Sir Afpuddle. He's also nearby. See what you can learn from him for your next assignment.
Так, ще когось треба знайти.
Standing in eternal but symbolic watch over the bell tower is a retinue of loyal knights.
Hop.
I should clarify. Keen-eyed students will spot the statue of Sir Afpuddle of the cheerful countenance nestled among the ranks.
Sir Skaggletop the Heedless once challenged a mountain troll to a game. These bits of broom are all that's left of a witch called Celine Wartnoggin.
Abandoning class to wander the halls is in keeping with Professor Binns's manner of...
If you feel history of magic, leave it to Binns.
Прикольно, ну тут, до речі, хоча б якась взаємодія є з усіма.
Revelio.
To make the waving statue's acquaintance.
This is a centuries-old likeness of Pangadon. Fearless mountain.
Дерев'яний кіт. Пангурдон. Прикольно.
Devoted study companion. People have always loved their pets. I find that comforting.
Статуя на честь кота.
At least we're out of the classroom.
Wagadu's Revelio. Well, a bit different than that.
А це що?
To say the least.
Waving Night.
There's nothing quite so magical as history. Rusty.
Professor Binns, I found the statue of Sir Afpuddle.
Ah, well done. Alas, Sir Afpuddle's
От
affability
було б
was
краще, якби вони
disastrous.
зробили якраз такі походи за такими артефактами, усі такими квестовими. А то ти пробігаєш їх чисто і навіть зачисто не читаєш.
So beloved was he that even some goblins mourned his passing. Of course, that did not bode well with the rest of the goblins, most of whom could not abide mourning the loss of a wizard.
Pity goblins and wizards can't get along.
True, but imagine how dull my lectures would be without goblin rebellions to discuss. History does tend to repeat. It is a series of patterns, a thought both comforting and disconcerting. The wise students, such as yourself, will learn from it.
that's after.
History is written by those who do their schoolwork, so they say. Or at least, I like to say that.
Why do students always frown? They should burn the castle down.
Тут теж є якийсь квест. Що від мене далі хочуть? Я вже закінчив типу урок? Судячи з усього, по... А ні, ось. Да, літати я не можу.
Revelio.
Що від мене хочуть тут? Ялинка. Іграшки у вигляді сонця, сов. Це хто? Якась штука. Оцар. Я тут все зробив, що від мене ще хочуть. Мабуть, це все. Давайте побіжимо на квестики краще.
Revelio.
Так. 22. Павук 12. Павук це на що? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Павук це 9. 12 плюс 9, 21. Одиничка це у нас ця штукенція. Угу. І тут 9. Юнікорн 2. Така штука. 8. Як таке може бути? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. А як може бути 9? Один, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. А, мабуть, 0. 1. Значить, навпаки, тут. Там, де 2 такий. А там, де павук, там треба єдиноріг. Там, де 1, там треба А ні, все чітко. Ця штука. Як же на 9 може бути ось це, я не розумію. Ну, ось же вона. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Один єдиноріг, це двійка. Ну добре, ми можемо ось так зробити. Щось не так. Павук. 9, 10. Припустимо, що це дійсно 0. Тоді павук у нас 8. Якщо павук 8 це, да? То це козиріг цей. Якщо це 1, то це 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Це 8. І треба ще один єдиноріг. Отак от. Котики, нізлики. Портрет Горгона. На нього, до речі, якщо дивитися, то... Зараз покажу прикол. Перевертень. Дивіться прикол. У нас перетворюється портрет. Так, давайте мапа. Що у нас тут ще є по квестам? А, і цей квест. То, коротше, всі ці квести тут. Окрім... Зараз. Десь тут щось було. Було щось. А ось. Так, як нам сюди прилетіти б? Мабуть, звідси.
Revelio.
Abandoned long ago, no doubt.
Тут хафлпавчики. Забув вже як літати тут. Поговоримо.
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
А ну ж.
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather
Awala
information
Kedavra.
from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hogshead, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Where am I to find these friends of
Ну,
his?
поки я
I do not
чекаю,
know
я
about Mr. Rabe,
все ж таки
but
налаштую
his wife,
трансляцію.
Daisy, is often in Hogsmeade, as is Agabus Filbert. And Otto Dibble, he works at Gladrags, so you will likely find him there.
Угу. Запам'ятали?
What sort of information am I trying to gather from these people?
They may know what evidence Mr. Bickle
Magic
had
the
against
Gathering.
Harlow, or they may have evidence of their own. We simply need to know whatever they know.
Very well. I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Ця анімація прикольна.
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby. Lumos. Revelio.
А, я Агдокедавру не вивчав. Упс.
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Why wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes me an enticing target for blackmail.
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise my integrity. I also know that he's extremely clever. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he hasn't.
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies in our garden. It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and joy. He would never have let that happen.
Ну все, полетіли.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please
don't put yourself in danger.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you.
Revelio.
I hope it's not too late.
Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends.
Прикольні локації, до речі, святкові, якраз Новий рік. Вдало я почав зараз грати, треба було трошки ще раніше почати, було б взагалі кльово.
Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check there.
Please tell me you didn't take it. But perhaps
Revelio.
Here all along.
Здалося. Ну добре.
Please tell me you didn't take it. But perhaps
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about
Theophilus
Theophilus
Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I'd like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it out for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
Could you give me a bit more detail about the note? That might help me to identify it should I come across it.
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has her monogram at the top, RH. That's how Mr. Hill would know it was real.
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned,
Вони дуже багато розмовляють. До речі, майже рік, як у мене є God of War Ragnarok, і я почну його проходити скоро. Доб'ємо Hogwarts, я почну його проходити. Або навіть не доб'ємо Hogwarts, почну проходити. Дивимось.
Why don't you just tell him?
He's a lovely man. But when it comes to Rosie, I fear he loses all perspective. He'd see this as a grave betrayal. I'd lose my job instantly, and Rosie as well.
Rosie, please tell Rosie I'm gonna come back till September, cause music is my best friend.
To see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful.
He's an awful man, incredibly dangerous.
As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns. Well,
track. How to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends.
Пум-пром. О, до речі, ми дещо забули. Точніше, я. Опа.
Revelio.
Хто це? Що це? Не знаю. Що у нас тут третій рівень? Так. Тут, мабуть, теж. Так.
This Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Revelio.
Зачекай. Теж третій рівень. Ну, добре.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Tragic what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps. But perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, She had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again. But do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
Офіцер там взагалі безпонтовий. Ми сильніші за нього, блін.
Can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty.
Чому не можна нескінченно літати? Тільки на короткі дистанції такі. Зробили б якусь шкалу. Типу, що в бою це не вдалося спамити. Зробити шкалу, що типу забагато використовуєш, потім треба перезаряджати. І все. Це було б кльово. О, level 1 lock. Логомора. Ой-ой-ой. Ой-ой, донатик прилетів. Від Little Caesar. Дякую тобі, Little Caesar, за вклад у україномовний контент. Все, будь впевнений, ці гроші підуть туди, куди треба. Бомбарда на честь Little Caesar. О, забули забрати приз. І от котика можемо погладити також для тебе. Так. Ходімо далі. Блін, до речі, ПСК ж казали, що вони бродкастинг сильно прокачають. І по факту ніфіга не зробили досі. І досі не можу навіть віджет вставити на стрім нормально.
It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there.
Серйозно, ми вибігли, щоб забігти. А, ну я розумію, нащо це. Це типу, щоб карта оновилася, поки ми... Так, не розумію, де це. А чому мені не проходить лист? Скільки треба задонатити, щоб я в костюмі акули вийшов з вебкою на стрім? Ну тут треба... Як сказати? Тут треба, щоб вистачило на вебку і на костюм акули, як мінімум. А потім ще на те, щоб мене переконати це зробити. Але якщо більшість буде за, то як же я можу відмовити своїй вірній аудиторії? Куди бігти, я не розумію. А, все зрозумів. На іншу сторону, чи що? Ні, вон якась фігня валяється. Паличка. А, вона перетворилася. Типу. Але дякую за вкладення у потоки. В твою честь ми теж закинули бомбард. Зараз, ні, навіть не бомбард. Зараз. Що тут у нас? Це гарніше якось виглядає. Що найгарніше виглядає? Ну, ні, інцендіо не гарно. Ось, ні. Ні, бомбарди прикольні. Тільки треба зараз. Отак. Так, знайшли паличку. А можна з двома паличками тепер робитися? Або перетворилася. Добре, так, побігли. А, он якийсь данж поруч, так? Серйозно, вони прямо тут? Так. Це явно сюди. Це сюди. Ні. Ні, ну це точно... А, я зрозумів, я просто не до кінця це зробив. Типу один. І ось другий. Дуже складна головоломка. Чому мені не залітають? Блін, коли приходить донат від кота, я не бачив, хто це відправляв. Тому в мене всі світяться як кіт. Так, є такі, звісно. Ставлюся нормально. Всіх розумію. Ось, да. Вони, звісно, нас покинули. Але вони все ще наші друзі. Неважливо, що вони нам більше навіть не пишуть. У них там краще, спокійне життя. Так. Сорян, тут бомбарди закидати не можу, тому що мене зараз запалять. Так. Зараз я накидаю їм бомбард. Звідси. А тут щось має бути, до речі, дивіться, на другому поверсі, але я не знаю, як туди поки потрапити. А взагалі я б зробив ось так. Оп. Бо занадто світла лампа в мене. Погнали. Так, тебе забираю. Давай. Отак. Що треба disarm a Schwinder і break the shield with ancient throw. А буде хтось мене кастувати блискавку? А звідки в них інферналі? Не то, туди. О, гроші. Давай, нападай на мене. Є. Найс. Та ну накидайте ви від котів, я ж не бачу, хто це. IT-сфера. Це, я так розумію, один з тих листів.
The book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back.
Працюю в ІТ. Блін, як же шкода, що нема цього віджета зараз. Щоб воно палило, хто це надсилає. Бо так я не розумію, хто надсилає. Оп. Ой, дивіться, я таких ще не бачив гарних листів у цій грі. Такої програмної штуки Роузі.
Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it. Revelio.
Стоп. Цього я вже навчився. О. Сюди. Та куди ти? Застрибни. А, застрибнути не може, я тільки зрозумів. Це типу, якби я хотів їх повирубати, а не просто напасти. Угу, походу. Це такі шорткатики. Ну все, ходімо нагору. В бій. Тут ще має бути хтось. Ми зараз його... Де ви там? І тепер добиваємо. Ну цього хоча б не вбив. Але не знаю, як він повернеться. Чи повернеться він взагалі в цей вигляд людський. Все, погнали. Якась кімната. О, Роуз. Так. Відкриваємо. Котра година? Без 10:07, добре. Ще трошки є в нас часу. О, це цього чувака, паличку я намотив. Так. Першою я її хочу звільнити, ні? Цього чого спочатку, ну добре.
Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you.
Донати летять. Ой, летять донати.
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed. There's an anti-apparition gem in the
Дякую.
cells.
А тепер я знаю, від кого це. Та мені вже його зарядили, все норм. Це ж я саме чекаю, щоб поїхати забрати.
I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
А ти на базі чи де ти? Ну, а як її звільнити? Чого я не можу? А, він типу відкриє.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery.
О, а тепер можна чат повністю відкрити. О, кайф.
But I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well.
Добре.
But be careful. Thank you, my young friends. Luma.
Be prepared for a fight. These
Так,
Ashwinders
поїхали.
love pain.
Їх там багато, я вже бачу. Давайте. Нападайте. До речі, тут можна ось... Зараз. Бачу, тут є скриня, я хочу її забрати. А ось вона. Так, тут треба влучити. Ну, Натай, ти заважаєш. Відійди. Та відійди. Так, що у нас там? Що у нас там коїться? На базі. Ну, я тоді, може, тебе наберу трохи пізніше. Буду поруч з базою. Можливо. Якщо що, чат трансляції, ну мені то подобається, що ти так байтишся, все класно. А у нас є чат трансляції, тобто в тебе там теж буду відповідати. Я ж не папіч, який тільки за гроші відповідає. О! Useful. Як її там? Офісер Стінгер, точно, Стінгер. Максимально юзлес персонаж. І постійно то вирубить хтось, то зіб'є.
I sent him home to his wife, Miss Onai. Your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashbinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
О, це правда.
With all due respect, officer, the authorities haven't done much about any of this.
There's more to taking down an organization like the Ashwinders than simply storming in and hauling them off based on a few accusations. I must insist that you leave them to us. We shall have no further discussion on this.
Та в сенсі.
You may wish to speak with your mother about
Ми можемо робити ось так.
We shall speak soon.
Все, кінець. Сайт це лише 8 з 32. Real. For real. Так, давайте. Тут ще квести з'явилися. Талк. А тут що у нас? Талк. Давайте поталкаємо. Mail?
The Ashwinders have ceased pestering me. I suspect that's your doing. Thank you from me and Rosie both.
Це такі войсмейли по-чаклунськи.
Tell Mr. Hill of our recent marriage. Wish me luck.
Ой, я трошки... А, ні, не пролетів.
I beg your pardon.
Is everything all right?
Oh, bless you. Oh, thank you for asking. I'm Betty. Betty Bugbrook. And no, everything is not all right. It's my dear friend Hazel. She's in trouble.
Hazel?
Yes. Oh, she's a unicorn. Known her for years. She doesn't like to leave the forest, so I visit her once a week to brush out her mane and bring her some treats. Her coat is glorious. Well, the last time I saw her, we were violently attacked by a pack of wolves. Hazel, loyal friend that she is, leapt in front to protect me, and in the process, I fear she may have been injured.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I want to help her, but she seems to have gone into hiding. Out of fear, I'd imagine. I know you Hogwarts students learn a fair bit about caring for beasts. Perhaps you could find my unicorn friend and get her somewhere safe so that she can heal.
Я повернувся, так, що у них там?
How did you become so close with the unicorn?
It was luck,
Unicorn?
truly. I came across her when she was a little
Блін, але як вони
golden
багато
foal.
розмовляють тут.
Didn't even have a horn
Це просто
yet.
капець.
Oh, she trusted me straight away.
І не
We
те, що вони
played
по сюжету
together
взагалі
for
розмовляють.
hours. Oh, I do hope she'll be all right. Unicorn
Я
here is
зараз
a valuable
поза стрімами
wand
ігровий
core,
зінчик
and I
проходжу.
suppose
Там,
losing
звісно,
a
люто.
hair or two mightn't
І ще
hurt
трошки
her.
ганяв у
But I'm terrified those
Нір
poachers will
Реплікант,
want her for her
але поставив на
blood
паузу.
to
Але
keep
треба
themselves
Рагнарьок.
alive.
Обов'язково треба
That
Рагнарьок
is more
пройти,
than I can
тому що,
bear
ну,
to
God of
think
War це
of.
пушка.
I'll keep an eye out for your unicorn friend and take her to safety if I see her.
Oh, you've a good soul. I can always tell. Please, don't risk your own safety, though. I don't know precisely where she is, but I can tell you that her den is north of Hogsmeade. And although I haven't been able to brush her lately, I imagine she still has the brightest, most beautiful coat of her entire hair.
Як же багато тут діалогів.
Remember, you'll know her by her brilliant coat. Oh, and be warned, she's a stubborn girl. She may need some convincing to come with you.
I need to look for a unicorn with a beautiful
Третьому
bright coat.
поділитися.
It sounds as if she's in trouble.
Ну слухай, зважаючи на те, що в тебе повний бак дизеля заливався, умовно кажучи, позавчора, я думаю, я осилю. Давай. Тільки не треба там зараз виходити, ставити 5000 обертів і на холостому стояти. Але нормально це ти так себе кешбекнув. Хитренько. Опа, давайте лутати. Там вон ще щось є, я не помітив. До речі, у мене знову зламалось. Не зламалось, точніше, а злетіло. Ця штукенція. Ага, це цей. Зараз. Де ця інвізіпіла? Ой. Ой, я весь цей час без мікро. Я кажу про кота стрімера, це ти кльово, звісно, вигадав. І нормальний ти собі такий кешбек вигадав. Такий тупо. Підкидають, підкидають, і ти такий опа. А тут є умовка від кота стрімера. Та де ж той Hogsmeade закінчується? Я хочу вже злетіти. І тут не можна. Давайте тоді. Чи я вже в зоні? Ніфіга, я не в зоні, а ми сюди можемо трошки підлетіти. Так, полетіли. Стоп.
I should investigate.
Хочу нічого інвестигейтити, я
Here's
хочу
one of those tables Professor Shaw mentioned.
полетіти. Юнікорна треба спіймати зараз, чи що?
Hazel must be here somewhere.
А, Хейзел. А, ніфіга собі. О, до речі, у мене скіл один. Як я вигадав. До побачення. Оба.
I'll look after you.
Так, зараз. А який є скіл про. А, у мене ж є трансфігурація ще. Ще одна коротка технічна пауза.
Revelio. Come on. Arresto momentum. Accio. Arresto momentum. I can take Hazel back to a vivarium now. I should let... Madam Bugbrook, I found your unicorn.
Oh, what a relief! Is she all right? Are you...
We're both fine. And I have a safe place for her at Hogwarts.
You've a kind heart, you do. I'm relieved and thankful that you'll take care of her. I shall miss my sweet pointy pony, but I know she's safer away from the poachers. Do give her a nice brushing for me, won't you? Take good care of Hazel now.
Revelio.
You are the talk of the school since you saved Mr. Rabe and I from the Ashwinders. We have come so far. We should discuss the next steps in our plan to stop Harlow.
Oh, I do hope Marion...
Excuse me, sir.
Just barely. But I don't want to trouble a student with my woes. I'm not so sure. Name's Crispin Dunn, by the way. I trade in the surrounding a lovely little hamlet. Just stunning gardens. Just the other day, the Daily Prophet ran an article on its scenic hedgerow. Actually, before I go on, I should...
Spiders don't bother me at all. You'd be impressed by how many I've dispatched lately.
Lucky you. The hamlet's overrun with the vile things, and they're acting abnormally aggressive. I'm concerned about my customers, of course, but it appears that most of the hamlet's... It's my friend Mary I worry about. I haven't heard from her, and I fear she's trapped in her cottage.
Understandable, but why don't you check on her yourself?
I would, but I have a crippling fear of the eight-legged beasts, which I, unlike you, I don't know what to do.
Why are there so many spiders in Arranshire all of a sudden?
I honestly don't know. I've never seen so many spiders in all of my... They've trapped the entire hamlet. Mary always has a way.
Why is it you can't
When I was a small child, within moments, spiders were crawling over every inch of my... I couldn't move, paralysed by fear of the spiders and an equally profound fear of the... I was there for what seemed hours. I can feel their legs on me now just talking about...
Why didn't you ask them?
I did. Reached out to anyone who would listen. But evidently they have their hands full.
I'll try my very best.
Please do. They'll find Arranshire.
Блін, знову я без мікрофону, ну клас. Я вже бував в тій локації з цим квестом, ось мені цікаво, чи буде варіативність, бо я там вже всіх переміг. Чи мені знов треба буде битися? Хоча вже нема, тому що він би сказав просто, а, я вже там був. Да, ось тут я попав вже. Ой.
Incendio.
Чому мені боляче, типу?
Surely that's the last of them.
Там вон якийсь чувак торгує.
Revelio.
Це, до речі, прикольний магазинчик виглядає. Тут можна лутанути собі тентакулюс, я так розумію.
Pleasure to see you again. Can't tell you how happy Milo's daughter was to get that watch. The absconder assassin. Remarkable thing you did.
Incendio.
Oh no, this must be Mary. Poor woman.
А, їй, типу, все вже шерли. Офігеть. Ну, вона сама була винна.
I'll need to destroy every last spider in that cellar if this is to end. Revelio.
Incendio.
А, мені треба сюди за будинок, все зрозумів.
Revelio. If this is where Mary bred the spiders, they're not here now.
Та давай швидше.
This isn't a good sign. These spiders have gone somewhere. A ladder. Not sure I want to know where this leads. I'd best be ready for whatever I may find down there. Revelio.
Та не страшно.
Exact.
Зараз буде бій.
To find and destroy all of these before the situation gets even worse.
Descendo. Incendio.
That's one exact story. Get them.
Ой.
Expelliarmus.
Та, блін, ну, незручне трошки перемикання.
Arresto Montenegro. Glacius. Levioso. Accio. Descendo.
Revelio.
Ні, так не можна.
Revelio.
Закінчився паук. Там теж з'явився. Все.
I hate to think that they see me, but I don't see them. Revelio. Incendio. Confringo. Expelliarmus. The needles don't always work out.
Easy. Not easy.
Expelliarmus. Confringo.
Встиг.
Revelio. Revelio.
Це чисто данж, зачистка, то і все. Така собі місія. Дуже цікаво. Просто піди побий. Піди в інше місце побий, та й все. Нічого взагалі особливого в цій місії нема. Павуків тут рілі дуже багато.
That's the last of the spider sacks.
Зрозуміло, що вона це робила.
I suppose I know what happened to Mary Portman now. She was breeding the spiders.
Ух ти.
I hope that's the last spider. Imperial.
Десь тут має що бути. А, згори. Найс, він розлетівся. Та, блін. Доведеться бігти з ним битися. Тут наче все. По-хорошому тут все підпалити.
Oh, wait. That's the last one. She's angry. Imperial.
Нема павуків.
I'll be having nightmares for the rest of my life after that. Revelio.
О, Все? Що, не можна телепортуватися до виходу? Могли би телепортувати. Не сюди. О. Найс. Все.
Revelio.
Так, ну все виконано. А, все, повертаємось в Хогвартс. Зараз секунду. Давайте закриємо цей квест нарешті. Щоб його вже з беклогу викинути. І будемо закінчувати, а то щось я забув закрити квест, треба було просто закрити квест і закінчувати потік. Зараз. Все, бішком. Де там цей чел з павуками? Пауки мінус чел.
Mr. Dunn, I have some news.
Thank Merlin. About my sweet friend Mary.
It seems poor Mary was breeding spiders in her home for profit, and vastly underestimated their propensity to multiply.
Oh, Mary. What untoward scheme were you involved in? If she needed financial assistance, she could have just come to me. She didn't deserve this. Few do.
I am sorry about your friend, but you'll be relieved to know that I cleared out the spiders. It's safe to return now.
You? You cleared out the spiders? I can't believe it, but I'm certainly relieved. I imagine the first order of business will be to help the Hamlet rebuild. I suppose I have nothing to fear from dead spiders.
That's the spirit. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you again for all you've done. I shall keep you apprised of the Hamlet's rebuilding.
Glad I could be of help, and I look forward to visiting your shop the next time I'm in Arranshire.
To dearly departed Mary. What sort of thing are we
Не можна
looking for?
одразу поторгувати, скинути йому сміття.
Nice doing business with you.
Кидаємо це сміття. І з нас. Це, до речі, швидше за те, що так, і з нас.
You're the one who took care of that awful acromantula near Arranshire, aren't you? Fine bit of work, that.
Easy. 39.
Thank you for stopping in. Be sure to visit us again soon.
Майже 40. Все. Так, набагато краще. І я думаю, на цьому можна, в принципі, закінчити. Тільки знаєте, як зробимо, ми відправимось в кімнату на вимогу. Всі ті шмотки переробимо. І все, і на цьому закінчимо. Ага. Превентивно усім дякую за перегляд. Всім гарного дня. О, бачите, дві маски однакові. Гарно провести час. До скорих зустрічей на наших потоках.